Now, the one thing about this book is it doesn't change chapters. Okay, so here we're talking about Andy, who's a female. Her name is Miranda. And so here, this is about Miranda and what she's doing and what she's going through. Nina is her mother, and the cat Pepper. And then it doesn't change chapters. It stops talking about Pepper, Andy, and Nina, and it starts here. Now we flip to the past with Katrine, who lives a very long time ago. So a lot of books, it'll talk about one character, Andy, in the present day, and then it'll change chapters and we'll go to Katrine in the way far past. And this book doesn't do that. It just kind of stops and it skips right into the past. This is at Sleeper's Castle, home to Katrine. Her dreams that she has is all of blood and war. Now, Miranda, who is Andy, she's moved into Sleeper's Castle. And she starts a dream, and she sees blood and war, and Katrine and Miranda, or Andy, start to see each other. Her dreams become more vivid, and she draws into a time where neighbor is set against neighbor, father against son. As her dreams turn into nightmares, Miranda and Katrine make a connection. Katrine is reaching out, and only Miranda can help. So here we're at the present day, and Sue is leaving her place for a year, and Andy is going to come look after her place, the Sleeper's Castle. And so okay, this goes into her Andy's man that she lived with, her boyfriend, for a long time. This goes into his death and his mean ex-wife. Well, they never got fully divorced. They separated. I think Graham and Andy lived together for 10 years, but then when he dies, his ex-wife comes along and steps right in, being very, very, very mean. And kicks her out of the house that her and Graham shared. So Andy gets away from this mean woman. Let me see. Andy's full name right there. Miranda Annabelle Dysart. Sorry. I'm losing my voice. Okay, this is about Pepper and Andy in the house. Now we go back. Here we go. Now we're going back to March 1400. and back to Katrine. And this starts off talking about Katrine's life. And Katrine's mother dies when she tries to have her next baby. She has Katrine, and then she's pregnant and with a boy, and she dies giving birth to the boy, and the boy dies. So well, this here is her dad's writing. She sees her dad has written blood, fire, and death. So her dad is also seeing war and bad things, just like she's dreaming of it, and Andy's dreaming of it. Sleeper's Castle had been her mother's inheritance. She had been the only daughter of a wealthy, well-connected, local Welsh family. And she died in childbirth. Barbers were popular. The people loved them, and their visits were eagerly awaited. And this is what her dad does. He travels all over. She had nurses and housekeepers raise Katrine. And then her father gets rid of a lot of them, and he raises her himself. This place. It goes on. She has these dreams, but she won't tell her dad that she sees things or knows things, because he would not approve. He was proud of his daughter's talents, but subtly and firmly he had made it clear, subtly. He would not tolerate competition, especially not from a woman. Things might have been different had he a son. So she had to keep these secrets. When his wife died, he started to burn everything. And the nurse at the time saved some of her mother's poetry and a collection of notes for recipes and herbs and cures and remedies, copied from her family, the healers. So when her mother died, yes, the father burned everything. And when the nurse realized what was going on, she thought, I need to save something for Katrine. Joan is the cook. And then it goes on a little bit here about Katrine. Her father's in a mood because of his bad dreams. And then we don't change chapters, we just skip right over to Andy. I like the name Miranda better than Andy, but anyways. She meets a neighbor who lives a little far away. She meets the gardener, Brian. Right there. That's the gardener. This is the cat's actual name. But they call her Pepper. I just finished this. Oh, what can I say? Barbara Erskine's books are always good. You always got the past and you always got the present day with her books. This is about Sleeper's Castle. Home to Katrine. Oh, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, her books are always good. Rhonda. Okay. You don't get into your 50s and not meet someone like Rhonda. Now, maybe not quite as extreme, because Rhonda was actually ended up killing people, but still, you don't get into your 50s and not meet somebody a whole lot like Rhonda. Yeah. Men or women, not just women. I've met women, I've also met men that are as extreme as Rhonda. Like I say, though, she actually became a killer. And, but I think that even the people I've known, if it was easier to get away with it, they probably would be. Anyways, it's a pretty big book. Takes a while to get through. Most of Barbara Erskine's books are big. And you have your past where the ghosts don't want to settle for some reason, and the person in modern day gets drawn back, usually through dreams. This is about Hay Castle. Lady of the Hay was a good book too. Child of the Phoenix I really liked. And this is talking about the research that she did for this book. There we go. If you know this name. That's who was in this book. Owen, I don't know how you say it. Glender. His battles, his successes, his failures. Now, the really interesting... Okay, here I go. Kent Church Court. The really interesting person in this book to me was Katrine, of course, from the 1400s. And then you have Andy, who is in the modern day, and all her problems. And Mern, I think, is a play on the name Merlin, because of the way they show him or describe him and his abilities. Don't really like her being called Andy. I like Miranda much better than Andy. There's a lot of the battles. A lot of goodness sakes, dreams of battles. Sorry. That's the gardener. Anyways, it's about Sleeper's Castle. What's it called? Sleeper's Castle. And the dreams. Katrine